A warm welcome to the Pallekele International Stadium. We are live for the third and final ODI between Sri Lanka and the West Indies. I'm afraid it hasn't been a happy tour for the West Indies, losing that T20 series after winning that first game. And in the one-day internationals, they've lost 4 series in Sri Lanka, 1 drawn and 10 consecutive games. And this is a game that they can redeem themselves. It's the third and final ODI. And in fact, let me remind you that the West Indies have lost the series already. And that's the West Indian side. The final ODI game, they're having a group photograph. So the West Indies will be...
Was good with the bat. To see what you have.
Tell you what, Ross, is opposite of dead for the West Indies. They need to win and win now to help with their ranking, trying to qualify for that 2027 World Cup. Time to play.
Hey!
Team Nikhil.
Glorious. What a way to return to one-day international cricket.
Top shot. He likes playing this out of the crease because trying to create that extra pace on this pitch, but we see him play this time and time again. Played a similar one, or tried to play a similar one. Nicked. King put him down, but this one, everything right.
Second drop chance for the West Indies. Both openers now have been given a life.
Jaden Seals. Will the reaction from his teammates suggest that he should have hauled that in? I'll tell you what, he should have. It didn't go as quickly as he thought. If he'd taken a step to it. These are things. Abish, but in the gap. Hint off with Nisanka. Plays it away. Controllables. If you can control better, you're in a better position. Now the pressure on the West Indies. And the batters feeling a lot better about themselves.
Their way up. All teams want to be in a good position, the top 8, when that World Cup comes around in 2027. Too short. And this has happened a couple of times in the series where Avishka has been happy to pull when the West Indies have missed their length.
Wasn't all that short, but back of a length, I'd say he's just picked it up because there's only a fine leg and he knows if he hits the top of the field that short. Please, that list is long. That's 4. He's very good off the short one. Pathum Nisanka.
Yeah, first sign of Joseph missing his length today, as well as his line. West Indies have been so disciplined outside off stump. Nisanka has been waiting to feast on anything straight.
And even watching him play that, he's on his toes rather than flat-footed.
Hot. Edge. Did that carry? And that's 4. He finds the outside edge. We do know that Brandon King is a brilliant fielder, but let's see whether it carried.
A good length start by Jaden Seals, bringing the batsman to the front foot. Oh, did carry. Valiant attempt this time, just the one-hander. Since it was far away, close to the 4th, slips. This is how it is once things
Team themselves. That's 4. Short and wide. He finishes the over well. 8 done, 38 without loss. What a lovely shot this is.
dragged down by Jaden Seals. You just have to pitch the ball slightly shorter, And a quality player like Pathum Nissanka. Beautifully played. On his toes, pushing till the last moment, right under his eyes, and most importantly, placing it perfectly. And gets another go.
That's the first rare short delivery which has been put away for 4. He's been so good with his lines and lengths. I'm sure the batters were teased with those lengths and lines, and that's the first real bad ball.
And just a drag down by Matthew Ford. Avishka Fenner loves the horizontal strokes. Just helps on its way and no intention of keeping the ball.
What a shot that is. That is a very good shot. He held the post quite nicely. It was just back of a length, and what he did well was use the pace and hit through the line. Lovely shot.
This stroke was one for the photographer. Take a look at that for elbow. The bat maker will be happy with that. Beautiful. On the up, nothing wrong with that delivery. Jaden Seals walking back to his mark will be thinking, what have I done wrong? Young man, you have not done anything wrong. Just a good shot. Oh.
What he was looking for. Short delivery. Top edge. 6. I think it's a top edge. Let's see. But for a moment I thought the fine leg fielder was in business. It went over his head.
A very unlucky Jaden Seals. That was a good bounce, a quick one. 136 almost. And Pathum Nissanka had no intention of keeping the ball along the ground. He went for the full Monty. Took his head at the last moment as well. Not watching the ball until last moment. Good bouncer and very lucky. And it went the distance. Fortune favors the brave as far as
Ford. Ford was so difficult to get away, but not this one. It's gone for 6. The short delivery. Avishka Fernando hits it over mid-wicket.
It was attempted slow delivery by Jaden Seals. Went all wrong. Just set up nicely for Avishka Fernando. He spoke a length. Avishka loves the horizontal stroke. Take a look at that in front of square.
Lovely shot. What a shot to finish the over. Not the easiest shot to execute, but Pathum Nissanka has done it in style. 14 done. 70 without loss.
For sure. They're playing really, really well. Hanging in there, and then when the ball's in their arc, either short or too full, they've just been able to put it away.
That's a good shot. We've talked about employing the sweep shot in these conditions to the spinners. He's done this well and picked the gap even better.
No one in the deep there, just the deep square leg. Now he's looking for opportunities to score. Because spin from the other end, Roston Chase bowled a good over, even though 4 singles were leaked. Tight again, wide-ish throw. But when the spinners, that can happen.
In the air and gone. He had done so well up until now. Avishka Fernando has this one just held on the surface.
It has. He's actually waiting for it to come on to roll his wrists and play it towards mid-wicket. As it holds in the pitch ever so slightly, he plays in front of his body. He's got a start, Avishka Fernando, today. 34 runs to him. Sri Lanka lose their first. It's 81 for 1.
Kusal Mendes. What a wonderful performer he is for Sri Lanka across formats. 133 matches, nearly 4,000 runs.
Don't like it, Tino. I don't like it. Looking in the crowds, people have got their umbrellas open, and the ground staff They've now stood up. This is that wicket. Plays early. A dolly. And the West Indies, they hang on to one.
Vishka Fernando will be so disappointed. Sal Mendes. Been in outstanding form in the T20s in Dambola. Yet to contribute in the ODIs.
It's a crowd excited. Here's Chase. Got that into the gap. Hit it well. 4. Great way to start play.
While in all this time that the groundsmen have been struggling to get the field ready for play, the crowd stayed in and you can hear them straight away. It's not all that short. Kusal Mendes just swiveling quickly onto that back foot, finding the gap in front of square.
Look, there has to be moisture sitting on the surface. And water over the boundary line. That ball's going to get wet and slide on.
Short ball, he's gone again, same area, 1 bounce, 4 more runs.
He's bisecting those two fielders. Perfection. 2 short balls, both dealt with. Now the style of bowling has changed. Earlier on, Roston Chase, a lot slower, a lot fuller. Now you know that the batters are going to come at you and he's firing it in and losing his length.
And now straight back past Roston Chase. There is definitely a mindset shift.
One in the slot. Wonderful shots, and now Sri Lanka suddenly start believing once again of having a good score on this wicket. 81, of course, it will be adjusted by factoring in the Duckworth-Lewis method.
Bottom edge. He's looking for the ball to go in that direction on the opposite side of the stumps, but he doesn't mind the result. A good one. End of the 18th, 97 for 1.
And I should say, right throughout the series.
Swept away behind square. I'm not understanding the idea of bowling quicker and quicker by the West Indian spinners. Allow them to take you on with less pace on the ball, then they have to get momentum on the ball.
Down the leg side, 106 Ks from Moti. The only thing I can think is that seam's gotten wet and hence he cannot grip to put revs on it. So I do have to say they work their hearts out to get the cricket on. It's hard when there's water on the covers. They've got us some play. Well done, guys.
That one's short. Plenty of space in front of square on the leg side. It's another boundary.
Well, we are applauding 4,000 runs in ODI cricket for Kusal Mendes. He's got there very quickly. The third quickest Sri Lankan to that milestone, Kusal Mendes. Hills cannot come back in because I'm thinking Alzari Joseph will bowl the 5.
The man and shows his quality, Patum Nisanka. His 15th 50 in ODI colours, his 5th at Palekele.
Other than that first over where he looked rusty, he's timed it beautifully, Patum Nisanka. Brandon King, where is he? He's finding somewhere to hide.
That's gone up. It's pace off it, but the line and the length wrong and opportunity put down.
And it's also gone for 4. Now that's the third catch the West Indies have put down today. Fourth correction. He had all the time in the world to get underneath it. He did. He got the long barrier out. And then it rolls on to the cushion. Oh dear, oh dear. It's just heartbreaking when you see such sloppy mistakes.
Short, this time he goes in front,
And Rutherford be thinking, I could have had my maiden ODI wicket, but now I've gone for 10. Now where do I bowl the next? An even bigger problem. Kusal Mendes 39 or 14. The fastest 50 by a Sri Lankan batsman.
slapped away, 2 men back, but finds the gap perfectly.
15 balls.
Straight as an arrow. What entertainment here at Palekele.
Well, he needs a 6 off the next ball. He can equal his coach Sanat Jayasuriya's efforts. Kicking in. Gone. Alzari Joseph has a go and he gets his man. They had to run for everything. 190, 185 probably might be the target. I'm just thinking. They get a breather. They got rid of Pathum Nissanka. You had to run for everything here.
Yeah, and it had to be direct to get him out, so it's not a bad option to try and get the single. It's outstanding fielding from Alzari Joseph. Nissanka, 56 and 62, 138 for 2.
Goals the last,
Well, we'll see. For now, let's enjoy Charita Srilanka. 6 to end the 22nd, 145 for 2. From the Duckworth Lewis calculations. Down the ground. Has he got enough? Oh, yes, he does.
It's 50. 50 off 19 to Kusal Mendes. Maybe 20 minutes ago, who would have thought he'd get a half century? Because he had traced one ball and was not. 9 fours and a 6. Tremendous batting.
Outstanding. And he's playing good cricketing shots. Not forcing the ball away. Picking his gaps in the field. Matthew Ford showing his athleticism around the boundary, but what an outstanding contribution from that man Kusal Mendes. 56 and 22. He brought an impetus with him after the long rain break, and he's made sure certainly he's given his side a score that they'll feel.
Right, West Indies will need 195 to win from 23. First one international in 3 years. Brandon King, who's in the series so far, will be looking to build much like a T20 situation. Mahesh Tikshana. West Indies searching for a first ODI win. He's been dismissed, sweeping to Tikshana in the T20 series. This time, though, executes.
Yeah, good timing, good placement by Evan Lewis. Slightly erring the line this time by Tikshana. A couple of the times in this innings he bowled to Evan Lewis. It was just outside the off stump, or off stump turning away. But this occasion was probably mid-leg, missing leg stump easily. All Evan Lewis did was to get some bat, and most importantly,
And he's met with power from Brandon King. First boundary for King.
Dilshan Marsak is a bowler, is a swing bowler. He likes to pitch it up and move the ball inwards to the right hander. But if you bowl that
Going straight up, but both fine leg and short third in the circle, so will be more runs. 10 from the over already for the West Indies.
Threw everything at it, Brandon King. Bowling to his field, Dilshan Madhuskar. In all honesty, deep mid wicket, deep square, like he had to bowl straight. Fortune favours the brave, Brandon King. Swinging with
Quicker, it's 4. Used the angle nicely, Evan Lewis.
Yeah, that was the angle, sliding down the leg side. And there is a fielder in that 30-yard circle, so as soon as you get it wide, that's 4. The mistake of Tikshana was that it just went down the leg side. It was sliding. And look how easy.
That's length, he gets onto it. Fielder in the deep, gets underneath it, takes it. Kamindu Mendes had to run a good 20 meters to his left. Sri Lanka get the breakthrough.
And what a big breakthrough it is. King could damage you, King could hurt you, but not this time. Well, we've seen that catching has been a bit difficult with a wet ball, but Kamindu Mendes was very good. Had to cover a lot of ground. He was going over long on and got underneath it, and eventually very safe. Good catch.
More than that, good bowling, Asita Fernando. Been a wonderful over, and it's capped off with a wicket. He gets it this time. It's 6. Shea Hoops off the mark with a 6.
Well, they can pack a punch, I'll tell you, and a free hit as well. So they'll try to do some damage control here. Asita Fernando's over was such a good one. They'll want to go after Hasaranga, and especially with that free hit.
1 ball, 10 runs. So all the good work done by Asita Fernando undone because of that no ball. A couple of balls ago, 50% wrong. Down the ground, he's got hold of that. Flat 6.
He's starting to move. Lewis, 32 of 21. He's going at his career strike rate, which is over 150. Hasaranga throwing it up. Yeah, that's the attempted wrong and thrown up a little bit, but a touch full.
Of course, Hasaranga.
The offside. He decides, I'm going to go leg side, fielder back. He's done well, Patum Nisanka, to make sure it doesn't go for 6. Unfortunately, cannot complete the catch.
Unfortunately for Sri Lanka, there was no one near Patum Nisanka for tag team effort. We've seen it many times in franchise cricket, especially. The long on fielder, the deep square leg fielder gets closer, but this went quick. And Patum Nisanka had the awareness where the boundary line was and made sure he saves 5 runs for Sri Lanka. Brilliant. Massive difference. Employ the 4th.
Talked about this area early on in the over. He was always going to go over mid-off if he got the right length, but he did there. 10 overs gone. 76 for 1.
A good clean strike by Evan Lewis. Mid-off in the circle. The length was wrong by Dilshan Madhuskar as well as the line. Possibly Kusal Mendes, as soon as he bowled that delivery, had a conversation with Dilshan. Just let him know, got to be straighter, fuller, or back of the length, not full. And here comes the 5th bowling option for Sri Lanka. Janit Trinaghi started the first ball with a slow delivery.
What a hit from Evan Lewis. Slightly short, not even short, but dispatched anyway.
Short arm jab, middle of the bat, and the fielder at mid wicket and long was bisected pretty easily in the end. Pass outfield. Welcome to the crease, says Evan Lewis to Janit Trinaghi. What a shot. Slow ball, taking the arc of Evan Lewis. Outside 3 years, he has batted so well. Most importantly, well in control. My station into the attack. Ball in the power play, 3 overs for 20 runs.
Now, what's happened here? Evan Lewis looks to be in excruciating pain. Physio's got himself out there pretty quickly. This doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good at all. Hopefully just cramps, but the way he's grieving about, probably a little bit more than that. Even the first T20 played in Dambulla scored that amount of runs. He was suffering from cramps. Oh, possibly the ankle. He rolled his ankle, didn't he? That was painful. Just there. Oops, there you go. The left ankle. Probably a sprain. With my experience, those can be very, very painful.
And I'll tell you what, he'll do extremely well, Evan Lewis, to carry on with this innings.
Nikhil, evening all.
The sound of the bat. Clean. First boundary in 23 deliveries.
A monster. Starts off with a slower delivery. And Lewis appeared to be waiting for it. He picked the length. And then the rest became very easy. Pace off. Halfway down the track. And after that little period of Sri Lanka getting through some cheap overs, West Indies starting off well with a 6 of the first ball.
Three deep fielders are on the leg side and just one at deep long off on the off. Yeah, he's got
10 runs and over is very possible. The West Indies gradually building towards that.
Fielder gets there and takes it. Avishka Fernando, and the partnership is broken.
And a big wicket. Sri Lanka was after a wicket and Madhushanka provides it in the form of the captain. Shehab looking for that pull shot. Pace on. Extra bit of bounce. Taken well in the end. He was running. He was not stable. Took it as he ran. Generally would want to settle underneath it, but took it as he was running towards his right. Very good catch. Shehab out for 22. West Indies 108.